John, is there anything on Randy or Jordan? Do you expect to have either one of them back this week?
It's day by day. I think we'd probably stretching it to think they'd be back this weekend.
Can you just talk about, opening up, obviously some momentum coming off the St. John's game, coming, next to Hopkins?
Well, we had a couple days of full field practice last week in another game situation with St. John's, and then now the Carrier Dome, we've had full field all week, so we feel that's going to help us a lot. And having a good win, holding them down, especially for 3 quarters. Defensively was good because we've been giving up some goals defensively, and I thought our goalie play was very good. So we got better over the weekend, and I think with a full field this week, we're going to get even better yet.
Speaking of goalies, what did you see fundamentally with Dom and those 13 saves?
Well, Dom's always been fundamentally strong. I just thought that he saw the ball really well, and so we got him out there for the beginning of the second half again, just to make it easier for Bob in the transition. We scored a goal or 2 right away in the third quarter, and we were feeling pretty good about ourselves. Wish we had scored a couple more goals in the second half, but I thought offense was good in the second half, and I thought defense got better as the game went on, and Dom certainly played well in the goal to make the difference. If you look at the save differences at halftime, it was pretty good for us.
John, one of the things, if you talk to football or basketball coaches, they schedule to make the tournament and be as prepared as they can be when they get there. It would certainly be easier for you guys to make the tournament if you played one less powerhouse or so. Do you like the way you've scheduled moving forward, or do you need to adjust?
Well, we knew certain things were going to happen. With Maryland going forward, going into the Big Ten, they were off the schedule, so we'll be able to plug somebody in. Probably of a little different caliber than the Terps going forward, but we had to play them, and that's when we both had openings. And we dropped enough traditional opponents to begin with. It was very difficult. So to drop a team like Hopkins was going to be pretty hard for us. So going forward, we had a good team returning this year. So we're hoping that with some of our depth and the quality of player coming back, it was going to help absorb that quality schedule.
Is Hopkins one that you really, really want to hold on to more than others, or?
Yeah, it's Dave Petromont and I talked. He called as soon as we went into the ACC, and he wanted to know what our thoughts were, my thoughts were on Hopkins. I said, it's been such a traditional game for us, and it really helps with the strength of schedule. That pretty difficult to drop that one, and we'll evaluate as we go forward, and he will too, because he's going into the Big Ten next year. So we'll see what happens with his schedule. But it's a game that we all look forward to, fans and players. And, one year it's in Baltimore. It's a great crowd when it comes back to Syracuse. So it's going to be something that we're really going to try to hold on to.
Yeah, and speaking of that, you guys have already faced Maryland, Virginia, now Hopkins, and you're still in the beginning of the season. I mean, is that a benefit?
Well, other years, I think when we get outside a little bit more on a full field, I'd feel more comfortable with it. But it is what it is, and if you can survive it, you're a better team because of it. And we've got Hopkins this week, and it's not going to get easier. We've got Duke the following week with Notre Dame coming after that, and these next 2 are on the road. So we've just got to do everything we can. Again, we've got the full field. We're taking advantage of it practice-wise. We're trying to get better in our rides and clears. I think the offense has been there. We're trying to get better defensively, and goalie has been a strength for us. So, we'll see come Saturday at noon.
What does Johns Hopkins offense do so well, and how are you guys going to prepare defensively?
Well, they're really different offensively. In the past they've been a midfield-oriented team. They had really big graduation in the midfield last year. They got basically one of their returners back, who was a good one, and they bumped Brown down into the attack end of the field too. So their strength is in their attack, and my hat's off to the coaches to be able to make that change, being more attack-oriented than midfield-oriented. They haven't really done that in the recent Hopkins history, especially offensively. Defensively, they're similar. They have a new goaltender, and they're facing off very well. So we've got to do everything we can to get those possessions, value the possessions once we get them, and make them play some defense.
John, you guys never really shy away from a challenge here and always play the top teams, but Is this the toughest it's ever been for you? I mean, is this the toughest schedule you've ever had?
Oh, it's definitely the toughest schedule we've ever had. I don't know what, I think they rated us the #1 strength of schedule in the country this year. And, I look forward to it. I think you play better teams, you get better as a team yourself, and you certainly know what you need to work on coming off of all these games. And, again, we're trying to do as well as we can, survive it, and hopefully get us ready for the playoffs.